Good morning, Facebookers. Hope you are fabulously awesome and well. My name is Nicola. Welcome to our Q&A Wednesday for the Coffee Run Live. So for those of you joining us this morning and for those of you who are watching the replay, today's Anzac Day here in Australia. So before I kicked off, I really just wanted to, take a moment to chat a little bit about what we've been doing this morning. We did not get up for the dawn service. I was having a conversation with my dad last night. He was in the Air Force for 15 years here in Australia, and we were chatting about our family and the members of our family who have been in the services and who served their country, whether it was my parents are of English descent. Good morning, Margaret. And so we're chatting about that, and we were talking about time in service, we were chatting about medals, we were talking about, I was asking him about his father, so my grandfather, and I learned some really interesting things yesterday. And it's funny that we've never actually had this conversation before. So I discovered that my grandfather on my father's side was for the in the Korean War for the British Army. So that was kind of interesting. And I also learned on my mother's side that my great-grandfather, I knew he had died in World War II, but he died in a POW camp. So I guess I wanted to take a moment, particularly today, to just say a huge thank you to the servicemen and women who fight for our freedom, who are there and prepared every single day to go and defend our country, our nation, our values, our ideals, and our way of life. I think it takes takes a lot to kind of do that. So really super grateful for that. Good morning, Joe. All right, so now that we were chatting about it this morning on our morning walk, and it was really interesting talking with the kids about heritage and stuff like that. So I thought it pertinent, given today particularly, to share that with you. So really super grateful for everybody who serves and who has served. So what I wanted to go through today, so today is Q&A Wednesday, woohoo! And I love Q&A Wednesdays. It gives me the opportunity to make sure that what we're talking about is super relevant to what's going on for you guys. So I've had some questions come through. Now, if you guys have questions as we're going on, please type them in. You can email me, you can personal message me if you don't want everybody else to see it. There's a handful that I'll be answering for you today. So the first thing was from Joan. I'm not sure if you're watching, Joan. Good morning if you are. If you're watching the replay, this one is for you. So would you be able to do a talk on how to set up the phone to do lives and videos? Please, I've got the tripod, the mic, and the selfie stick. My struggles are I never seem to look in the right spot, so I'm looking at the viewer. Okay, cool. So for your Facebook Lives, what I do is I've got my phone set up landscape. I don't have a mirror in here to be able to mirror to you what it is that I'm actually doing. So I'll pull the phone off in a second. I'll show you how I've got my desk set up and how I've got it framed and positioned. So if you're using an iPhone, I know nothing about Android phones, so you'll have to just kind of work that out. On the face of the iPhone, there are two camera holes, and what you can do to work out where to look is I just take my finger and I put it over one of the dots, and it's like, oh, that's not it. I put it on the other one, and I'm like, oh, that's the one that I need to look into. So I really focus on, or at the start, I made sure that I was really focusing on that particular camera, talking directly to you guys, because otherwise I'm looking over here and I'm looking at myself, and that's really unhelpful. I do distract myself sometimes. So, sometimes you might see me kind of go dance back and forth, and it's because I've been distracted by my own hand waving around in the air. So if you're looking directly into the barrel of the camera on your iPhone, then that's helpful. If you get distracted really easily, then you could turn your phone around and, oh, look, the coffee girl. Oh, Thank you, Esri. As you were. Barista in training. So if you've got your phone the other way around, there is only one camera area on the back of your phone. Now, I find it much easier to adjust my stance and my position when I can see me and I can make sure that I'm framed properly. So that's why I use the front cameras. If you're using the back camera, you don't know if like half your head's being cut off unless you've got someone else who's kind of directing or holding the camera or getting the camera set up. So that's the first thing. The second thing she's asked is, I struggle with lighting at my place. Most of the time I look like a head with black sunken eyeballs, which isn't great if I'm trying to connect with people. I'm pretty sure that there's some fun filters on here that we could maybe use, like, hang on, we're having a little bit of fun today because it's like, it's Q&A Wednesday, so it's not fully formal. Maybe like this. Maybe you could do your Facebook Lives with a bit of a filter that might look like this, maybe, if it decides to actually ever work. So it's not working. I was going to share with you a fun filter, but unhelpful. Stick with the program, Nicola. Okay, so in terms of lighting, I much prefer, someone's going to walk up my hallway in a second and they're going to go like video bomb. So like, I think that lighting is just a little bit too stark for me. I don't like it. It's just a little bit bright. So it's just a matter of you kind of like positioning your camera where you're going to get the best light. For Facebook Lives, it doesn't have to be perfect, right? So I'm just going to put this back over here because I find it easier to concentrate. With Facebook Lives, the lighting is less important than the content. It doesn't need to be fully produced. If you're doing blogs and things like that, then yes, you need lighting. Now, you could buy one of these little Luvo lights or Luxo lights, I can't remember what they're called, and you can, sorry to blind you guys, and they go from like being fairly dim to off. So dim, bright, a bit less bright, and then a lot less bright, and then not at all bright. So what these are designed to do, I think the batteries are running out in this, is they clip onto your phone, and then they're supposed to, like, ideally you'd have them hanging on over the front of the camera section, and they're supposed to throw enough light on your face to be able to help. So that, I think if you research on eBay, I reckon you can probably pick them up for maybe like $10 or something. Halo light for phone is what I would search for. So that will help with the lighting. The other thing that you can do is, if you're doing like full like produced videos and stuff, I've got my softbox lights, also purchased on eBay. You can get a pair for $100. Get the ones that have got like the 4 globes in them so that they're nice and bright. And then I've also got this little puppy. I love this one. This is the big halo light. You can see that against the white background. Hang on, I'll show you what this looks like. So this one just really, right, it's like hella bright. So it usually what I've got is I'll have my camera set up through the back. You can't really see that, hang on. Have my camera set up to come through the back, and then the light's on my face, so there's a lot of exposure, a lot of, just so that there's a lot of light coming on. And I find that for my blogs and stuff, that is, like, those softbox lights are for the background, and the halo light is for my face, because otherwise it tends to kind of, I don't know, fade into the background or whatever. So that's that for your produced videos. For your lives and stuff, you can get one of these things. You can, sometimes I'll turn the light on. And so even if you've got a desk lamp, I mean, if we go like this, that throws up a little bit more light. And it just really is a matter of playing and finding some things. Now, I worked with a $2 spotlight thing from Kmart or Big W for ages while I was doing things on my desk, and it was literally just a light bulb with a black circle thing. So it doesn't have to be fancy, doesn't have to be all professional and stuff. So that's the lighting. The other question that Joan had was, is it best to have the phone landscape or horizontal, and does either upload okay into Facebook? All right, always have your phones horizontal, right? Always have them landscape, all right? So they're always side on, because you've probably seen in Facebook or any other videos that you've watched where sometimes if they're long ways, they've got those two big black bars down the side. You're losing a whole lot of real estate. So always have your phone sideways on and be looking into, like, ideally be looking into the front camera. The quality in that front camera, the reverse camera, is not as great as the one that's on the back, but the face camera is fine for the way that we're producing the videos that we're producing for lives and stuff. So definitely that way. Otherwise, you've got these weird, stupid black bar things that come down the side of your videos, which most people aren't like, oh, she had her phone vertical, or, oh, look at that, he wasn't holding his phone right. It's not really going to make a huge difference in terms of quality. It just looks better, I think. Morning, Ainsley. So that's, and I think it frames it nicer as well when it's horizontal. Okay. Now, when you're doing your videos, so there's a couple of things. Now, I have issues with Wi-Fi, so probably me and every other man and his dog on this planet. So what I find for my lives, I need to have my Wi-Fi off, otherwise I drop out. So I've got to use the data that comes with my phone plan in order to do the Facebook Lives. And when you do them, when you click on the finish button, what actually happens is that you've got the opportunity, hey Helen, that you'll notice in the top right hand side of your screen, once you've finished doing the video, there's a little square that will look like this. Hang on a second. Hold on. Stay with me. There'll be a little square that looks something like that, right? So that's a square with an arrow pointing down. That's a download button or save to phone. Now, if you click on that before you do anything else, good morning, Kim. So click on that before you do anything else, and then there'll be a blue button that comes at the bottom that says keep or discard. You need to press keep, and then that's what publishes it over to your page. That's if you're doing live videos. If you are doing pre-recorded videos and uploading those up to your Facebook page, the way that I would do it is record the video on your phone. Again, like depending on how your internet performs, it's a pain in the ass. So I usually have it on data. So what I do is I go over to my Facebook page, and you'll click the, put the text in for the status update. Then you'll press the video button, right? And then you'll choose from your camera roll what video to upload, all right? And then that's how we do it directly from your phone. Now, if you're a whiz-bang little bunny and you are, oh, that's close, isn't it? Hi. Up close and personal. Oh, hi, Callum. Good morning. All right, so I'm just going to flip my phone around because I want to show you guys how to do this on your computers. So a bit of luck. All right. So hopefully you should be able to see my screen on here. So actually, I'm just going to take that off the tripod because it's driving me crazy. Okay, so what we're going to do is you're going to go into write something. So in here is where you're going to put the text. So you can see that coming up in here. You're going to put the text in there for your post. All right. So what we're doing in here at the moment, what I'm showing you is how to upload a pre-recorded video into your Facebook page from your desktop. So you go in here and then you'll see this button that says photo video. You're going to click on that. And then it gives you a whole bunch of options in here. Okay, so what we're going to do is upload a photo or a video. And then what comes up is you've got a whole stack of like all your files from your computer. Now, I know that I've got in my download section, oh look, so there's a video. I've been uploading my, like these videos up into YouTube, into a playlist in YouTube. So I've got some things that are already downloaded. So you can see in here that this one's called Season 2, oh, it's called S2E2 actually. So I select the thing, I always press play and make sure that it's the video that I want to be posting. This is an episode that I did for Unstoppable Entrepreneur last year, live. And then what we do is we click open, and then in your screen, it'll do its little processing thing. You can edit the video, you can do whatever, you can give it, like make sure you give it a title, put a description in there, you can change the thumbnail and yada yada. And then you'll go publish. I'm not going to do that because I don't need this one to go back up again. Click publish, and then it gets posted up to your timeline. And this is how you upload a pre-recorded video into Facebook so that it actually becomes a Facebook native video. So what that means is that it's not a YouTube link, it's not a Vimeo link, it's not a, I just need to shut that because it's eating up all my interwebs. It's not something that has been recorded somewhere else, hosted on another platform, and then shared to Facebook. So Facebook and LinkedIn, from all the research that I've been doing over the last few months, they want video content that is essentially theirs being posted in their platforms, right? Because what happens, think about it, what happens when you watch a video? You are in the platform, you are watching, you're generally engaged, you are staying within you're staying within the platform. So what that gives both LinkedIn and Facebook and even Instagram the opportunity to do is place more ads in front of your eyeballs. So if you see a video and then an ad and then a video and then a post, that you're more likely to remain and spend more time within the platform, which is what they want. Okay, because that helps them with their advertising, it helps them with their placements. It also helps them It helps them to help advertisers, because if you are watching a video that's all about skating tricks, like skateboarding tricks and stuff, then guess what the kinds of ads that you're going to be served are? Like, it's going to be Facebook skateboard ads. So if you think about how this can help you with your marketing, with your advertising, with your targeting, if you're putting out content and people are engaging, it's going to help Facebook put your ads, your marketing in front of the people who are interested in what it is that you're doing. So that's how we upload into Facebook. Now, one other really cool little thing that I would be doing if I were you is when you do your videos for Facebook Live, create a playlist in your page and allocate the videos to a playlist. This is really, really great if you're doing episodic type content. So if every Wednesday at 1 p.m. you're doing a video or like a live video, awesome. Make that go into a playlist. Now, here's where we can get a little bit more bang for your buck, because I'm a huge fan of doing one thing and having that work in multiple different ways. So what I would do, like remember before I was saying that you save it to your camera roll? Now, you can, once it's saved to your camera roll, you can also upload that to YouTube so that you've got the Facebook video, owning the Facebook video, the live Facebook video content, and then you can also send that up to YouTube. Now, if you're wondering how to do, what this would look like, go to my YouTube channel. You can subscribe, and surprise, and see how I've done it. I've got some playlists. I've been spending some time making sure that I've got it really curated and really easy to view. So you can use one video in Facebook, one video in YouTube. Now you could, if you've pre-recorded the video and you're not speaking specifically about a particular platform, and if the audience is the same on Facebook as they are on LinkedIn, so if they speak the same way, then you could also upload the video to LinkedIn. Now, here's where it becomes a little bit curly and we've got to be a little bit clever. if your video is more than 10 minutes, you can't upload the video directly up to LinkedIn. You will need to share a link, right? The maximum video content that you can post in there is 10 minutes. So just be aware of that. So this is where if you upload it to YouTube, you'll share the YouTube link. If you want to direct them back over to Facebook, then that's awesome. You'll have to share the Facebook link. Facebook don't have a maximum time that you can go live for or that you can upload a video for, so you're sweet with that. On YouTube, if you try and upload the video that you saved to your phone directly into YouTube from your phone, it will probably come up with a warning that your video can't exceed 15 minutes. Right? So if you've done a 16-minute video, for example, answering questions like we've done today, then I cannot, from my phone, upload it straight to YouTube. What I do is I airdrop the video from my phone to my computer, and then I open up a YouTube browser window and I upload the video through there. Okay, because you can have, depending on your account, I'm pretty sure that now any account can have videos more than 15 minutes on YouTube. Just check that for your own. But you should be able to upload an unlimited length of video up into the tubes. And then what happens is that you've got 3 places to be able to share the video. Plus you can then share that with your email list. You can talk about it on your Facebook profile. If you're running a group, you can share it in there. Like you've got 1,000,001 opportunities to be able to share that one piece of content and reuse it, repurpose it, and kind of go everywhere with it. So that's that. Okay. The other thing that I thought that I would share with you today, so the tripod to me is probably, I don't know, maybe like 70 centimeters away. So what I do, I've got one of these little, oh look, there's my hand cream. I've got one of these little cool, I love the shit out of these, by the way. These really cool, I think it's like a Gorilla tripod or something. This is magnetic. So what I've got in the back of my phone case, give me a second and oh my gosh, try not to get dizzy. No, that's not going to work. In the back of my phone case, I've got a little magnet that's about that size, which is maybe, about the size of a 50-cent piece, an Aussie 50-cent piece. And that just sits in the back of my phone case, in between my phone case and my phone, and it just like, you've got to adjust it a little bit sometimes. It just magnetizes straight onto it. So really great. I think I've got another thing, magnetic pad in the case that it came in that can then also go in the car if you want to be able to use it for hands-free in the car, not filming while driving. So that's that. So that equipment, I think I bought that. A friend of mine recommended it to me, bought it on Amazon. I think it was about $30. So it is not a super cheap one, but the legs are bendy. And usually what I do, I've normally got a tripod sitting behind me. Normally what I do is I have the tripod that sits back here set to a certain height, and then I just wrap the legs around this thing. Helen, I'll see if I can find the link for you, because they're brilliant. I love these, and they pack down so light and little, and it travels with me everywhere. So I use that. That's probably my main thing. It's the magnet thing, the tripod thing, and then the other tripod that I've got for, when I did the one yesterday, the Becoming Professionally Famous series that happens every Tuesday at 11. I use the tripod, the bigger tripod for that, because I want it to be a little bit more like a set versus kind of like on the fly. That's probably the main equipment that I use. Sometimes I use this, sometimes I don't. It just depends on what the lighting is like on the day. I think that's that, guys. Are there any other questions that you have for me about, it might be about video, it might be around anything else. Like it's open slather, there's no holds barred. Like, I think you guys know that I'll answer anything that you have in the way that I can, in the best way humanly possible that I can for you. You got any questions? Let me know. I might have a drink. It is coffee, I promise. That's really good. Have you guys brought your coffee this morning? Otherwise, it's a bit like torture watching somebody else drink coffee when you're not. Cool beans. All right. Well, I know it's really kind of funny when you get asked, all right, what questions do you have? And you're like, well, I don't have any. So often what can happen is that you'll get off here and you'll be like, oh, I should have asked Nicola about that, or I should have asked Nick about that, or this might seem like a silly question or a stupid question. There are no silly and stupid questions. Oh, the other thing that I use is this little puppy, which I love this. So this is my, again, eBay. I think you might have guessed that I'm a fan of eBay. This is a Bluetooth remote. I'm not going to turn it on because it might make the video stop. So what I often do with this is I'll have if I'm pre-recording a video, and let's say that I'm back here, I don't want to lean in and press go or stop because it just looks a little unprofessional. So what I'll use is I've got this little Bluetooth remote that is for a camera. I think it was like $2 maybe. And it just, when I click it, it makes the camera start either on, like, if your phone is set on the snap camera, it'll just take a photo. If it's set to video, then it will make the video go. And then when you press it, it'll make the video stop. I think I searched for Bluetooth remote for phone. I think that was all, like for iPhone, I think that was all I searched for, and I came across this. So I bought 2 of those, and I love them. They're brilliant. I did say to you guys last week actually as well that I bought a new tripod-y thing called a Smove, S-M-O-V-E. It was a couple of $100. I've been playing around with it, but it's a little bit more complicated than what I initially thought it would be. So I'm still learning on that. I'm not sold on recommending that to you just yet. I want to play with that for a little bit longer and go from there. All right, guys, my name is Nicola. This has been Q&A Wednesday. Super thrilled to have you here again. Happy Anzac Day. I hope you are paying homage and being grateful for the men and servicewomen of our country who have kept us safe and protected for such a very long time. If you've got questions about anything, let me know. I will go and try and find the link for the tripod thingy because it's the best one. Big shout out to Kisma for sharing that with me. It's the best thing, best mini tripod thing I've ever had. All right, guys, have a really beautiful, awesome Wednesday. Tomorrow we are doing, what are we doing tomorrow? We are doing a how-to day tomorrow, and I thought that what I would share with you tomorrow is going to be around the launch process and the launch timeline. So the advice that I'm going to give you guys tomorrow is around if you want to make sales online, if you want to sell a course, if you want to sell more of your services, it's less about, and even products actually, it'll fall into the same thing. If you are wanting to do that, then I want to share with you the timeline that you need to be aware of if you're wanting to really capitalize on volume of sales. Right? So I want to share that with you tomorrow and just get really realistic about how long it can take for it to happen, what the timeline actually looks like. Because I think there's a whole bunch of stuff that goes on in this industry where it's a bit like, oh, just turn the ads on and like next minute people are going to buy and you're going to make all of this money. And it's just not necessarily true with the way that it gets propagated. So there's a whole process that you need to work through. So I'm going to share with you the launch timeline tomorrow, so looking forward to that. Friday is Celebration Friday, so looking forward to seeing you on there. Meanwhile, have a beautiful and amazing day, and I'll catch you on here tomorrow morning at 9. See ya. Bye.